So, real
Okay.
quick, the first one is a case called VLN, and it deals with the intent of SR&ED capital that was claimed 90% or more intent, but it was actually used 36%, and it was a loss. I won't spend a lot of time talking about that because since 2013, capital has not been an eligible expense. Tempora, as Earl mentioned, was a financial case that resulted in a charge for flat-out fraud. In this case, the claimants claimed that a subcontractor had done SR&ED work for them, and actually asked the subcontractor to provide fraudulent representations, which the subcontractor refused to do, and at which point the fine was not only to the company itself but each of the directors. So it actually became multiplied to 300% of the amount claimed. So a very punitive fine altogether, and we're talking fines in the millions of dollars. In the case of Borealis Power, was using a trust to defer recognition of grants or funding that was for SR&ED. And basically, the long story short is the use of government assistance. The rules on government assistance are very encompassing, that it's any amount that's received or expected to be received, even if it's very far in the future. So you have to use an accrual basis, and you can't, basically, if you get money from the government to do the research, you can't defer the recognition against the SR&ED by using other companies or trusts or vehicles. And one last one that I put in here, when I skim the cases for eligibility or what we can talk about, I use terms like scientific, and one that popped up was a fellow by the name of Guy Laliberté, who I recognize, and many will, from Cirque du Soleil fame, and it wasn't really dealing with an SR&ED claim, although it had the term scientific in it, but it was interesting nonetheless. It dealt with a shareholder benefit because apparently his company paid $42 million to have him do a space flight with NASA, and they only included $4 million as a personal benefit, claiming that the remaining money was marketing for his business. And CRA came and denied the full amount, so they taxed him on the full $42 million, saying there was no commercial benefit. It was all a personal benefit to him, and he has to pay tax on that. Some of us may not feel sorry for him, thinking, well, he can probably afford it, but I thought I'd put it in there just out of interest sake and to show that CRA is not only being paid on the SR&ED claims, they're being paid on everyone across the board right now. All right, Earl.